Hello YouTube, this is Juan Garcia again, and I'm here to talk about my personal testimony of how I came to Jesus Christ, some dark events that shadowed my past, and hopefully this video helps other people that are either going through similar situations, know someone going through a similar situation, or has had battles with any of these dark spiritual forces that were overtaking my life at the time. That being said, I want to thank the Lord for the day. I want to praise Him, and I'll begin. So where it all began, it was my freshman year at college. I moved into the dorms that year. I met a beautiful girl who I later dated. For the sake of anonymity, I'm gonna call her Jennifer. Jennifer seemed different from anyone I'd ever met. She was extremely beautiful and had a very different, I'd guess, way of looking at things than I'd ever seen. Jennifer was addicted to amphetamines, Ritalin, etc. I didn't know. She also had an occult belief system based on the New Age movement. Specifically, the book The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. I was agnostic when I got to college and paid very little attention to religion or my spiritual life. I focused more on pop culture, movies, and fashion. Hip hop and drinking seemed more important. I had no idea what the New Age movement even was. The movie was based on the idea, or law of attraction, where our thoughts controlled our financial, material, and success, and that anything was achievable. It made the remark that we are God. I remember the night I watched the movie, The Secret. I felt almost like an Adam and Eve type scenario, but I brushed it off, thinking that this was probably what was going to help me. I was really upset about how my relationship with Jennifer was going. She was always busy. I decided I want to break up with her, but I was really entangled and in bondage in the relationship. I also decided I was going to adopt the secret to my life, and thought I'd start by getting a prescription for ADHD medication, since my grades were so low. I was in danger of losing my scholarship for college. I can't remember when I first got the pills or when I first tried it. All I can remember was the intense mental clarity I felt, almost feeling like I fell into a trance. I also remember a physical effect when my eyes felt literally opened, like my eyes were opened. I'm not talking about my pupils dilating, I mean literally my eyelids seemed to have felt as though if they moved back. But it wasn't my eyelids. It was weird. My energy levels were different, and my circulatory system also felt altered. My heart rate increased. I didn't know Adderall amphetamines were stimulants. Everything almost felt too good to be true. My grades flourished. I felt like I had dark powers. That night I watched the movie, I made 3 wishes. Selfish, by the way. I wanted to become more independent, especially from my family. I was jealous of Jennifer's financial independence. Financial independence that she got through drug dealing and a lot of other dark things. But either way, I was jealous of the thought of being that free, of being that quote unquote independent, even though it really wasn't independent at all. It was completely dependent on lusts and addictions. Anyways, the second wish I made was to break up with Jennifer. The third wish I made was to increase my GPA to keep my Hope Scholarship. I can't remember the wishes perfectly. This happened 4 years ago. A week later, let me just check the time. Okay. A week later, my parents called to tell me that they were moving to Florida. I feel guilty now if I messed with black magic for the unintended consequences my selfish desires had on my family. So my family moved. Right after I made these wishes, my family moved to Florida. They lived in Georgia for a couple years, and all of a sudden they moved down to Miami. It was crazy. Since my parents left, I got a car. My parents left, I got a vehicle. Also, I got an apartment apartment for a month since they had a lease that was already paid for. So you get that. They left me an apartment for a month for the winter break, and they left me a car. With the Adderall, I was able to pass my final exams easily. So these prescription medications made studying extremely easy. And a lot of other things. I was taking the stimulants more than just for school purposes. I was cleaning my room more. I was more quote unquote professional looking. Not that any of that stuff matters, but I'm just telling you what effects it had on me. And, I organized stuff. I'm sure if you watch the movie Limitless, you see the guy, completely change the way he's living and stuff like that. Anyways, let me continue. The week before finals, or maybe a month before, I don't know. I'm writing this years later. This occurred in 2010. The month before finals, I broke up with Jennifer. For a month or a week. Or I tried to. She apologized and sympathy won me over, and I accepted to give her one more chance. Either way, we ended up breaking up later. A week later, she kind of broke up with me, or we both kind of said it was over. I don't know. The way I'm writing this may be making it difficult to understand the time flow, but the breakup was prior to finals. I can't remember how long I had been taking amphetamines prior to finals, but my calculation is the amount of time is anywhere from 2 weeks to a month. After finals, winter break came. I lived in the leased apartment. The first semester of college ended, but 2011 had just begun during winter break. Remember, winter break is when New Year's is. At the end of freshman year, alright, I was talking about the leased apartment. That was the first semester, the winter break. And at the end of the freshman year, the whole year, I ended with a 3.2 GPA. Anyway, from a 3.2 GPA, you must be saying, well, that's not very good. And, or it's good, but it's nothing crazy. It's not a straight 4.0. But this, take into consideration, this was fixing my first semester. That even with amphetamines, I was only able to do so much. But I'm running out of time, and I'm running out of time. I'm gonna stop this video, and I'm gonna continue.